Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome to another Just Chatting Gaming News and Trailers. Should be another quick-ish episode. I think we've only got a couple of news stories, and then we've got a bunch of trailers. In fact, we have not one, not two, not three, but 4 trailers for Lost Ark. But let's go ahead and kick this off with essentially the big news of the day, which is also kind of not really news. You got Rockstar out there confirming that they are working on the next Grand Theft Auto game. I could have swore that they already announced this. And I also could have swore that they announced that there will be a female protagonist in the next one. Maybe not. Maybe this is really the first time they've mentioned it. But yeah, the internet went crazy. They're like, yay, they're working on the next GTA. I will say this. The last one is one of the biggest games ever made. It's made so much money. When this game comes out at some point in the next 5 years, it is going to break every sales record that's ever happened. That game is going to be incredible as far as sales. Now, whether or not the game's actually any good, who knows? I mean, it's Rockstar. They have a really good track record, so it'll probably be fine. But yeah, that was the news. It was also really interesting. I saw a screenshot of their stock price, and it was like this, and then GTA 6 announcement, whoop, today. It's crazy how that works. Next up, for these SWTOR fans in chat, BioWare actually announced a digital collector's edition for Legacy of the Sith, which was quite the surprise. So you actually get everything you see on the screen here for $40. And there's been some numbers run, because you get a 30-day subscription time, which is 15, 2,400 cartel coins, which is about 20 bucks, and you get a mount and some pets and some other stuff. And essentially, it's a pretty decent deal for 40 bucks on what you're getting. That droid looks kind of weird. I feel like that droid is going to try and kill us rather than be our friend. So this mount is also like fully animated. Actually, I can play a little video here. To me, that's a weird mount that I would never use, but it's still like pretty cool that they're doing more animated mounts for those who like that. It's also pretty cool that they have like this shot of like your dude just like hanging out on the inside. Kind of like to see the back of it. I mean, it's weird. It's like you're inside of a fish globe or I don't know, something. So I'll have to think about whether or not I'm gonna get that. I don't know. We'll see. How about you guys in chat? You guys gonna get this? I think 40 or I think 30 would have been like a slightly better price, but again, it's pretty decent. Next news story. We were actually talking about Pokemon earlier in chat. Nintendo's out there announcing that this brand new spanking Pokemon game has sold 6.5 million copies in a week. And for those who don't know, that's insane. Also considering that it's only on one system, the Switch, and it's not on PC or Xbox or PlayStation or whatever. Them Nintendo people and them Pokemon people, they like their stuff. They're pretty crazy. I've heard like very mixed things about the game itself. Some people love it, some people hate it, some say it's too grindy. It's Pokemon. I don't know what else you could expect. But yep, that'll go ahead and do it for the news. So we'll jump right into trailers. The first trailer we're going to check out is the version 2.5 trailer for Lethal Rage's favorite game. I've had many conversations, and he said, yeah, this is my favorite game. I love it. I play it all the time. And so, well, here we go. We'll check out a trailer for it.
All of Enkanomiya is engulfed in a darkness that cannot be dispelled.
The darkness.
There have also been reports of monsters, the likes of which no one has ever seen before. Strange monsters? And an all-engulfing darkness?
So you're here to help resolve this, hmm? What's with you joining forces with them? I would say this is a nice surprise, but it's really not that surprising.
Enkanomiya is exceedingly dangerous right now.
Here's hoping I have the chance.
This tower seems to hear my wishes.
There's darkness churning inside the Dainichi Mikoshi.
Do not
I can
come
talk
any
like that.
closer.
Do you honestly have another choice?
It's the darkness, chat.
Oh, Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
Your unrivaled power will be honored.
Are they channeling their chi? Is that what that is?
You're all right, little one. You look a little nervous.
Now you've got my attention.
Oh, we got a new waifu.
Right now. Come on out. Is that all? I'm always watching.
Good! With this power, no one shall be able to stand in my way!
It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Something seems wrong with A.
She's
Here
gonna
am I.
murder everyone. That's what's
I
gonna
place
happen.
everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
I'm placing my god in your capable hands. Please, bring her back.
You wish to make yourself my enemy?
How the heck?
I am the everlasting Lord, the guardian of eternity. Inferior! Perish!
Like, I feel like. Hold on.
Ruin follows my blade! Witness the final calamity!
The sword coming out of that eye. That's crazy. It's a cool sword. Chat, spend some money, get your waifus for Genshin Impact. I mean, honestly, that was a pretty decent trailer if it was like an announcement for some new anime game. Michael Ram in chat was asking why we did not talk about the Warcraft mobile game announcement. And really, because there is no announcement. Warcraft announced they're doing something mobile. That's it. No details. Alright, next up we have us another trailer for this amazing game that is coming out, I think, next week? It's either next week or the week after. Another trailer for Horizon Forbidden West.
So, you're headed to the Forbidden West. You'd better be prepared. In every settlement, get to know the local customs. Grab new gear to be ready for any situation. And of course, make sure you're properly armed.
I got arms.
Maybe even get in some upgrades while you're at it. Drill with your spear in a melee pit. Then, when you're ready for the wilds, tough it out at a hunting grounds.
Yeah, stab them robots.
Track down rare machine parts for a salvage contract. But be careful. The West is overrun by Regala and her rebels. Between their outposts and their camps, they're a whole heap of trouble. And remember, there's a lot of strange things in the wilds. Ruins, cauldrons, and more. Like riders who race across the land. even an arena where the best warriors prove their mettle against deadly machines.
Snake is crazy.
So, wherever your trail leads, watch yourself out there. And good luck.
That game looks great. 2 weeks. 2/18. Awesome. All right, next up, we have us a live action trailer for a game that is coming out next week. I've actually heard pretty good things about this. A couple other people asked me, I'm like, have you watched this yet? And I was like, no, I'm saving it for trailer time. So here we go.
心无旁念，举钥匙而为。
Might have turned it up. We'll see.
8年来，坚守着这个信条。8年来，我在这独自练功。
This is me every morning.
小时候家人惨遭毒手，现在我终于找到了那5个凶手。就从你开始，你就是关键所在。
报警！他妈的！你他妈什么人？喂！你他妈瞎了吗？你们在什么地方？
我来见法家。
滚开！
在这儿。
你听不懂人话吗？给他点颜色瞧瞧。今天够他了，我就拿你撒撒气氛，找不痛快，你算是来对地方了。让我见识见识你是谁，算是做人了。
Grab me some popcorn right now. I want to say off the top of my head, I've not seen a live action video game trailer since Anthem. Can anybody else think of a game that's done one recently? Oh yeah, Halo. Yeah, you're right. I really hope this game is good. It looks like it's going to be. That means kill him?
我只要他的命。
What if it's actually real?
管闲事儿。也可以试着阻止我。
Nice sweep kick there.
returned.
This guy's bringing the machete. Uh-oh. Our guy's dead. Is this gonna show him aging then? Because in the game you age when you die.
我父亲曾经告诉我，真正的错误是学不会吃一堑长一智。
Whoa！
但我一路闯下来，我要让他们明白，抢我的东西。
How many different ways can you counter this? Yep, so he just aged up 5 years. It's a cool way to show that.
One 致命的过失，都让我重获新生，也让我付出时间的代价。我要在有限的时间里完成我的使命。
Actually, what they were just showing is exactly what the game is. It's a close quarter combat martial arts story-driven game. Yeah, that was very cool. And the game was actually made by, like, some real high-end martial arts guys. There's a bunch of videos on it. We've been slowly watching all the videos. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I just go through all the credits. Alright, yeah, cool stuff. Alright, now we're going to jump into the Lost Ark portion of the show, where we now have 4 Lost Ark videos to watch, including the last one for the last class. If you guys wanted me to, I could try and... Well, hold on. If there are people in chat who they've not seen the game, I could maybe try and find another actual game trailer here real fast. Let's see. Gran Turismo, Horizon. No, let's go to... actually, do they have a playlist for that? As I'm just skimming here, like, super, super fast. I'm actually... You know what? It's probably better if I just do it a different way. Hold on. Saifu. All right, let's see here. What we got here. Yeah, they actually got some pretty good videos. Like, here's the sounds behind Saifu. Here is the death and aging system. Fight Club gameplay. Let's see what else we got. The release date trailer. I think this was the... I want to say we've watched this like twice already, but it's worth watching again. All right. This is like a making of the game trailer. Okay.
Pac-Man has explosiveness that corresponds exactly to what I wanted for the story of revenge.
Pac-Man is ferocious, fast, powerful, and accurate. And yeah, you have a lot of strikes coming out like this.
The player will create the choreography. It depends only on them to make a beautiful situation.
When I was 14, I went to China with my father, get back in France and start learning Chinese in school. So I find some master in France, but I didn't find the right master and the right style for me in France. So I went to China and I find Pac-Man in Foshan. And I start learning with this clan. The right master is Lao Wei-san. I wanted to be better and start to be one of the best. One day I became master myself. Most of Kung Fu we see, it is like what Jet Li is doing. It's like opera Kung Fu. No one fight like this in real life. It's amazing, but this is not authentic. And I was searching for something real.
So the idea was to have the best of both worlds, credibility, the expertise of Benjamin in terms of movement, in terms of real combat, and on our side, our knowledge about combat design. For me, it was natural to integrate Benjamin's Pac-Man into our game, to use his moves as an inspiration for our main characters.
Dude's real fast.
I bring some specifics in the mechanics of the gameplay, the interaction with other NPC. I create a movement of 3 weapons for the main character, the baseball bat, machete, and the staff you will see is Pac-Man from Foshan.
I really wanted to have something very immersive, really cool on the screen, but there is also sometimes game design things that don't fit with this. Should I do the thing that will be better for the game design or the thing that will be better for the stuff on the screen or for the feeling in the game?
Basically, we take the data from the capture and we post-animate it. So we shape it to respect the animation direction and the style. For instance, we have to add real impacts. We better synchronized action, we add camera movements, we add camera shakes, we add viscerality. The player must be amazed on each finishing move he performs.
Some move we changed a little bit because it was making sense when we were doing like this, like a stab. Yesterday we do a stabbing technique and I needed to finish the NPC with a stabbing technique, and at the end I thought, oh no, it will be good to just cut the throat. And I just changed the technique like this because in the action it was
the yellow guy dies a lot.
Like this. I want wanted to share with them not just the technique, but also the cultural side.
It's important for us to be respectful of the Chinese culture and to also show to the player little details for Benjamin or also for me are important in the life of a Kung Fu master or Kung Fu student.
After
I think the art style in the game is also really cool.
Kung Fu really is. Well, we just
You can't really compare
go
to
deeper
like
and
much
deeper
else that's
about
out there.
this. Jordan say, okay, what about this Wuguan? Is it feng shui good? Say, what? You really want me to check this? And he say, of course. So I start checking the Wuguan design. Okay, this door cannot be here, this kind of stuff. This is great that they go deeper like this.
In our game, we don't want to depict the main character as invincible. We want the player to have pressure, to be surrounded by multiple enemies.
Hallway
Any
fights.
mistakes of the player can be
Always
deadly.
fun.
And I came with one idea, two ideas, three ideas. Say, okay, this one is the greatest one. This is what we want, and we just move forward like this all the time.
Actually, there are I don't know, maybe 160 moves only for the main characters. Each move was
160
designed
moves for the main
a
character.
particular situation. It needs to be effective. It needs to be credible, and it needs to be beautiful. The player can, I don't know, just rushing and evade, but he can also kill all of them with style. That idea is the art of Sifu.
Sweet. So I believe that's next Friday is when that game comes out. Yeah, there you go, for those who wanted to see a little bit more on that. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our Lost Ark stuff. Let's go ahead and start with that Mage class trailer. This is the last one to look at. I'm very interested to look at the Bard that they're going to show us here. All right, here we go.
What's up everyone, my name is Nagura and today I'm gonna give you a rundown of the Mage class and its advanced classes for Lost Ark. If you're not sure which class to start off with, or you already know you want to play
That's why we're
Mage,
watching these
but
videos.
you're unsure on the advanced classes, then this video is for you. The team over at Amazon Games have sponsored me to create this video, so big shout out to them and let's get started. There are two advanced classes available for Mage, Bard and Sorceress. They both tap into the ancient magic of Arcadia, but the way they use that power in combat is very different. The Sorceress is a very powerful offensive mage that controls the elements, and Bards use magic to heal and buff their allies. Let's take a closer look at Sorceress first. The Sorceress is an elemental spellcaster, using
But I want to know if the Bard can
effect
DPS.
damage and damage over time, Ice for slows and freezes, and Lightning for damage and stuns. By using spells and abilities, you fill up your identity gauge, also known as Mysterious Magic. You can choose to use your Mysterious Magic to buff your own damage, or use it for mobility. Let's talk about the buff first. Once you accumulate 30% of your bar, you can use Arcane Rupture to increase your damage by 10% and reduce your casting time by 50%. If you fill up the bar to full, Arcane Rupture turns into Arcane Torrent, increasing your damage by 20%, decreasing your casting
It's a nice
speed by
lightning
50%,
chain.
and additionally reducing your active cooldown timers. If you use either of the abilities, it will drain your gauge periodically while the buff is active on you, until it's fully drained. Your mobility ability is called Blink and teleports you forward, additionally making you immune to stun, freeze, and similar effects. Blink costs 30% of your Mysterious Magic and can be used while Arcane Rupture or Arcane Torrent is active, but will reduce the duration of the buffs, of course. Now let's talk about some of Sorceress' abilities, starting with some of her fire spells. Blaze creates a rectangular flame forward, dealing fire damage on impact and additional fire damage over time. Inferno creates a pillar of flame at the cursor location, dealing fire damage and knocking enemies into the air. Some of her frost spells are: Frost Calls causes a cold snap at the cursor location and does water damage over 4 seconds. And
Not bad.
Seraphic Hail creates a huge wave dealing water damage to enemies hit. And lastly, some of Sorcerer's lightning spells. Lightning Bolt fires lightning in a straight line forward, and you're able to adapt the direction while channeling.
Nice.
And Punishing Strike creates a giant thunderstroke at the cursor location. Sorceress has one awakening ability focusing on fire damage and another one focusing on lightning. Apocalypse Call drops random meteor fragments within 18 meters for 8 seconds. And Invisca's Might creates a giant lightning storm around your character.
Jeez.
If you like the caster playstyle, dealing devastating damage from afar while kiting your enemies with your elemental spells and mobility, then Sorceress is the best choice for you. But enough about all the death and destruction of the Sorceress. Let's talk about the lovely Bard and her supportive powers. Do you want to provide buffs and heals to your allies and be loved by everyone? Then Bard is the pick for you. Bards use their Lion Harp as a weapon and play powerful tunes to heal and buff their allies. But they don't exclusively just support others, they also have offensive abilities themselves. Bard plays her harp and sends a powerful chord towards her enemies, serving as an auto attack with a really high range. By using your auto attack or
I want to hear the
abilities,
music.
You will fill up your identity gauge, also known as bubbles. Bard has a total of 3 bubbles to fill, and if you have at least 1 full bar, you can use up your bubbles to cast either Serenade of Courage or Serenade of Salvation. Once you use either of those abilities, it will consume all of your bubbles and the Serenade will be stronger depending on how many bars you used up. Serenade of Courage buffs all of your party members' damage by 5, 10, or even 15%, depending on the number of bubbles spent. And Serenade of Salvation restores all party members' HP with a powerful healing over time effect, healing more depending on how many bubbles you accumulated. Some of her offensive abilities are Sound Wave. Summons a beautiful melody, damaging and pushing foes away in its path. Soundholic shoots out a blinding ray of light, damaging enemies in a line. You can even change the ray's direction mid-cast. And Sonic Vibration lifts foes into the air and then slams them back onto the ground to inflict damage. Some of Bard's supporting abilities are Heavenly Tune buffs party members' attack speed and MP recovery speed, and Guardian Tune reduces the damage taken by 20% for all party members in a 24-meter radius. Bard has 1 awakening ability focusing on damage and 1 defensive awakening ability. Oratorio summons angels to sing with her, inflicting holy damage to all enemies in a circular area around Bard, reducing their crit resistance against all attacks from party members for 6 seconds. And Symphonia lets Bard rise into the air to play an ensemble with angels, granting team members a powerful shield. It also damages foes and reduces their attack power, attack speed, and movement speed for 10 seconds. Additionally, you also gain 1 bubble, so you can cast a powerful combo of Symphonia and Serenade of Salvation, shielding and healing allies in quick succession to counteract heavy incoming area of effect damage. Bard is one of only 2 advanced classes in Lost Ark with supporting abilities, and therefore
at
in
launch,
very high demand.
you should say.
So if you like supporting your team members and listen to some nice harp tunes while doing so,
Because in the Korean version, I'm pretty sure they just added like a full-on heal class.
then this is the pick for you. This is it about mages and Lost Ark. Hopefully I helped you get an overview of this class to make your choice on what to play a bit easier. If you need any additional information, make sure you click the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the open world of Lost Ark. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
That actually looks really good. I don't think I would have Bard as my main, but maybe my second or my third. It just looks so different than a lot of the other stuff you see in MMO-style games. So, yeah, I'm totally down for that.
The world of Lost Ark is
Whoa. Slow down there. All of a sudden, that trailer is, like, super loud. Next trailer for Lost Ark is a behind the scenes. Let's take a look.
The world of Lost Ark is massive. The area, the characters, we've got at least 5,000 NPCs, the cast around the 200 range. It's done, my friend.
So I should mention here real quick, there was a lot of people on the internet asking, essentially they're just porting it over from Korea over to the US. Why is it taking them so long? This is why it's taking them so long. Localization.
The scope of this game is just so big.
I didn't realize when I was auditioning how big this game was.
There are a lot of different characters in Lost Ark. Being able to meet all of them is going to be really exciting.
Even NPCs on the side asking you, how your day is or how the quest was. That is the level of immersion that you're going to get in this game.
We would show the cast the scene that they were about to perform, and every single actor would just stop and say, wow, it's a pretty beautiful game.
In Lost Ark, I love the colors. I love the art style.
It's so inspiring. It's like receiving a love letter from the dev team. This is a character we've worked on
my
for
cousin.
years. They've been dreaming of it, and it's coming to life.
Grant us the light to repel the darkness.
We get to create a world together.
When I get to voice for Azina, I'm in the booth and I get to command, I get to take control of the scene, and that's one of the things I love most about it.
Humanity's victory was as empty as the hollow fruit.
Carmine is smart. He's intelligent. At least he thinks he's the smartest person in the room. You and I actually have a lot in common. We don't really belong to either side in this war. There's this little bit of texture in the voice, and everything you want is what I want, and everything I want is what you want. He wants you to feel stupid, not by calling you stupid, but just with his words alone.
Dang.
I definitely think that Black Fang lives in a morally gray area. There's a coldness in her voice, but there's also a layer of playfulness because she likes being a pirate. She has fun.
Not smart making me your enemy.
I feel like that dichotomy really created the character in the voice.
Cut to the chase, kid.
What I always try and do and what I walk the actors through is putting them in the world.
Also, I don't know what camera they're using for this video, but it's a good camera.
So that those
You usually don't see
instincts that they
videos of
have
this
wind up
quality.
coming more natural to the character.
Bringing the physicality to my performance is pretty easy with Balthor because he's just such a little ball of energy.
My hammer Fjorgen is the best in the world.
Nice.
I have this sort of growl that I do that. As you kind of have that edge here, you can just bring it down into your voice, bring it down into your chest voice, and then the character sort of informs itself. Yeah.
I can do that.
Out of the way! Dragon delivery! Aha! Oh, booyah!
No one says that
Originally,
word.
When we cast Andrew, we had no idea that there was going to be a musical number.
A day before we recorded the first lines for Balthor, I got contacted by our director, Philip, and he said, so, can you sing? Because Balthor has a full musical number.
Ha! Shall we get started?
Very thankfully and luckily to us, Andrew just completely shocked us by having Broadway experience.
Romantic weapon!
He crushed it.
I'm not just excited for players to play Lost Ark. I'm excited to play Lost Ark.
I love role-playing games. I love open-world games, so I am super stoked.
Picking a class, like, the customization for the game is pretty broad, and even though there are so many players, you feel like your character is your own.
Let's say I'll start with the assassin.
Gunner.
Probably lean toward mage.
The mage.
The mage.
The great thing about it is the sense of community that you can form within the world of Arcadia. It's a game that is welcoming to every sort of gamer.
It's a similar story and world, but every player gets something different out of it.
I hope that everyone playing the game becomes really invested in the story and the characters they meet along the way, because I feel like a lot of heart was put into it.
I'm so thrilled for everybody to get their hands on it.
I feel very proud about what we did with this project, and I think that there's a good chance that it might just be starting, which means the world's just going to keep growing. Who knows how much
Well,
bigger it's
considering
gonna
that the Korean version is already like 2 expansions ahead, I'm sure it'll be continuing to grow. The 11th is Friday, right, chat? It is next Friday. Somebody in chat asked, am I going to be playing? Yes. Yes, I am. And I bought into the Silver Founders Pack. And actually, speaking of that... Hold on. Speaking of that, let's watch the video on the Founders Pack. Here we go. We get kittens. Gotta have me kittens. Yep. So, yeah, I get to play it on Tuesday. I want to say off the top of my head, the platinum is like near $90. All right, and then the final trailer for today. Since this game is owned by Amazon, aka Twitch, they are going to be doing a lot of Twitch drops. And so they actually released a trailer for the drop campaign they're going to be doing. This trailer I have seen. It's actually really interesting. Man, these trailers are loud. And apparently they're going to have stream teams. Well, the trailer kind of explains it. We'll just watch this and I can talk afterwards. Yeah, so the different teams are going to be competing against each other. And then depending on their score, that unlocks drops. Pretty cool idea. Swear they took those out of WildStar hoverboards. So February 8th through the 28th. So it'll be very interesting to watch that happen. I'm sure they'll release a sheet or something that has the different streamers and different teams on it, and you'll probably have to watch a different team member to get the certain drops. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting. But there you go for those who are watching on YouTube. That's all the trailers and stuff. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.